Hey everybody. I hope everybody's well. Y'all, I'm sitting here. Y'all know I'm thinking, right? And y'all know I'm this lineage type of save your generational line type of girl. At the end of the day, I think that we repeat the same things over and over again because it's some of the family secrets that keep everybody sick. The family secrets keep everybody sick, especially when you keep repeating them generation after generation after generation after generation. We call them family curses, and every family has those. And I talk about mine a lot, and people get really, really offended when I talk about it. But you cannot heal anything if you want to continue to hide it. All it can do is grow in the cover of darkness. We expose the light to it, kills it. Once it comes out to the light, kills it. It has no more power. So I talk about incest a lot because I think that a lot of people have experienced it, or being molested or being sexually assaulted. And if you haven't, then you consider yourself fortunate. You know, a lot of people have dealt with other types of trauma and things growing up. And we don't heal from that stuff. A lot of times we just put a band-aid on it, say we growing and we grow, and we act like and we believe that we forgot about that traumatic event that happened. But it actually is still there. And it's just growing in the cover of darkness. Some of us find ourselves gravitating towards drug use, maybe promiscuity, maybe we start to steal, maybe we start to lie, maybe we start to just do things that are not really good for our morality, our spiritual man. And a lot of times when we do those types of things and we engage in behaviors that's not becoming of who we would really want to be, they kind of, hit our spirit man and make us feel bad about ourselves because we forget that we're spirit first. So your spirit man is very important, and we try to keep that spirit man upright by doing the next right thing. Nobody's perfect, right? But we try to do the next right thing. We try to keep our intentions pure. We don't want to hurt anyone else, right? We don't want to hurt anyone else. That's not our goal. That's not our intention. We still tell the truth. And if the truth hurts, I don't know what to tell you about that. You got to get with that right there. If the truth hurts, you got to get with that. If it's a lie, I get it. If it's the truth and it hurts you when somebody tells the truth, then you got to get with that. You got some work to do. But like I was saying, we walk this journey and we're going to learn along the way. I would say try not to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. I would say if you are the matriarch, you're older in your family, you carrying the line now. You're supposed to be the elders in the family. What are you leaving? What are you leaving? You should be considering that. And it don't gotta be money. A lot of people gonna die with their knowledge. They gonna die with secrets that they should have told. They gonna die with all the shit that they think is good to die with. Like they gonna go to heaven because they just been going to church saying they love God, but their behaviors and everything about the way they live says something different. And I say it all the time. It's as simple as I say I love God. I go to church. I know the scripture. I know this. I know this. I love God so much. But that lady's husband, that's a sin for me to touch that man. That man's wife. That's a sin for me to touch that man's wife. The wage for sin is death. I got to be cognizant of that. Right? I can't say I love God, so I'm walking down two sides of the street. And it can't be done. So when I say that I consider the lineage, what am I going to be leaving? What am I going to be leaving? I don't want to be the granny that only left pain. I don't want to be the granny that died and she didn't really add anything good. I think that people should start to consider that, especially if you're a mother, a grandmother, right? What are you doing? Because a lot of times, if you want to acknowledge it or not, you kind of like set the tone for your family and the dynamics in your family. If you are the matriarch and your family is a wreck, you have to take some responsibility for that. Right? I take responsibility that my family is a wreck, right? It's a wreck. But that comes from people being sneaky, keeping secrets, jealousy, envy, lying, conniving, poverty, impoverished thinking. Right? I would never ever be jealous of a family member. That sounds crazy. And it sounds like death. I'm jealous of a family member, so I'm going to go out of my way to harm that family member, hurt that family member, make that family member feel a certain type of way. Why? When I've been given the same 24. Could have did anything else with my life. But instead of helping that family member, I'm going to kick that family member. Why? Because I'm jealous of them? For what? What they got that you don't got? Right? And if they got anything, do you know how hard they had to work for that? And you wasn't willing to put that type of work in. But you think that you deserve the same things as that family member. Are you okay? Are you okay? Right? So yeah, a lot of it falls on the elders in the family. And anybody that knows me and know my family, I want you to look at them all individually and tell me what you think. And that's honest. And if my family gets upset about it, they need to go look in the mirror and then tell themselves what they think about the job they've done thus far. And I run it down to you. I have an uncle. This uncle married the woman who had a baby by my cousin, but the lady also went with my uncle's son, and then my uncle married him. But he's the leader. The other one, that's the one he told me that I told him go give me some crack, gave him $20. He came back with a bump, diggity, bump, bitch. Did you pay how much for that? Among other things with that one. The other one. When I think about my aunties, my oldest auntie, she want to smoke crack with her granddaughter. So she want to leave pain when she leave. Even if her granddaughter gonna smoke crack, what type of example do you want her to see before you leave? My granny didn't ever get it together. My granny smoked crack until she died. Me and my granny, we smoked crack together. That's a legacy I wouldn't want to leave. Right? The other one, she wants to, I don't know what she wants to do, but she did everybody a disservice because if she gonna lay down and have a baby, then she should have, let that baby meet his family. But she Christian too. The other one say she loved God so much, but her daughter been harming people for years. And she just shuts up. And I guess God gonna come and do it. Not an understanding that maybe she needed to play God in some instances. We ain't gonna talk about my mom. She think everybody man belong to her, even if he's married. Oh, but she's Christian. These are the role models, right? These are the role models. So, you should start to consider what it is you want to leave. It ain't never too late to make some positive changes, especially when you say you love the Most High so much, and then your behaviors say something different. It's important to consider If I can't do anything good, how do I not add to that problem? It's a plenty of people, many people, that, me and their energy don't match. They ain't my type of people. You won't catch me with them, not at all. But I don't fuck with them, right? I don't fuck with them at all. But if they needed a cigarette or something like that and they asked me, I'd probably give it to them, right? But I don't really deal with you like that. No, now you know I don't really deal with you like that, and you will know that because I don't deal with you. That doesn't mean I got a real serious problem that I would want to hurt you or anything. I just don't deal with you. You ain't my type of people. Simple as that. But yeah, I thank everybody, including the younger people who are misguided, listening to these older people who are still misguided. I tell y'all all the time, I don't care if you 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, whatever. If you have not healed from your childhood trauma, your unresolved issues, you still carry self-hate. You have pain, shame, guilt, right? You neglect yourself, right? You still into doing all that harmful stuff to yourself. And you that old. You still stuck somewhere in your maturation. Maybe you still that scared 10-year-old. Maybe you still that scared 7-year-old. Maybe you that scared 15-year-old. Wherever you got stuck at is where you are. And that's how you operate. So even though you old as fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if you got on the floor and threw a tantrum. And I would watch you do it too and be fascinated. Yeah. Just because they old as fuck don't mean that they ain't immature. Still broken. And that's the problem. We got a lot of broken people. Having other people. Being around other people. Influencing other people. Lying to other people. Putting on a mask for other people. And they broken. You know how I know? Look at the shit they do. And how old are you again? Anyway, think about what it is you want to leave that's good for your family. I'm looking up my family right now, my family history. And it's fascinating, some of the things that they got into. And I got to go where they last were at in order to continue my research. But when I think about some of the things that they had to overcome just for me to be here. When people look me up, they look me up as part of my lineage, my lines, what they going to say about me? She did this, she tried to do this, she tried to do that. All good things. And all my bad things, we can put them up there too. Because those are the souvenirs that keep me going. Huh? Yeah. Think about it. What you leaving? And how do you want to leave? And a lot of y'all, that exit date is pretty close. Y'all be good.